Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Flooring Strategies podcast, where we break down flooring industry secrets, stories, tips, and tricks. Today we have a very special guest, Paddy McNicholas, all the way from across the pond in the UK. Paddy, thanks so much for being here, man.
Thank you for having me on.
Awesome. So yeah, before we kind of dive into like the deeper questions, Paddy, for anyone who doesn't know you, who are you and what do you do?
Hi, I'm Paddy from Floor Training in the UK. I have been fitting LVP flooring for over 20 years now. And for the last 4 or 5 years, I've been delivering training courses here in the UK at Floor Training. Floor Training closed down in January. However, I still offer online training courses. The demand for in-person training in the UK has dramatically dropped. I think that's mainly due to the internet. There's a lot of how-to
Yeah.
videos on Instagram and Facebook, and it
Hmm.
is what it is. Technology, life moves with the times.
For sure.
Um, but in line with that, I recorded all my training, so all my demos that I used to deliver on the courses, and now offer them as online training.
Hmm.
So it's a case of purchasing the course online, and you get 8 weeks to go over the training content. It's all broken down into small videos. And also, a really important part of the online training is that I am at the end of the phone to support installers with any technical questions they may have.
Yeah.
However, because I've delivered the same training content for 4 or 5 years every week, I've made sure that all the questions asked are already answered in the videos.
For sure.
Um, it's a really good tool that I wish I had when I was learning. You can literally get your phone out on a job, check how to do something if you're not sure, get that knowledge and then go in confident and deliver the final product that your client requires.
For sure. Yeah. So before we kind of dive into more of the flooring courses that you offer, I did want to kind of jump back into the past. How did you end up in flooring and what was your kind of start?
Okay, so I got into flooring helping my friend's dad in the summer holidays when the schools were closed. We were doing lots of school classrooms. And then after that summer, he kept me on.
Yep.
I stayed doing it for a year, got pretty good. And then after a year, was out in my own van fitting
Yep.
floors. And that was how I became a floor layer. It was by accident, really. Like I say,
Hmm.
just helping my friend's dad for 6 weeks. And here I am 20 years later. So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. When did it kind of like, when was that turning point from turning between like a job into like a craft that you kind of fell in love with?
That is a very good question. That's a very good question. I've never been asked that. Uh, Honestly, when I became good,
Yeah.
when I first started fitting LVP flooring, I wasn't very good. I hated doing it. If you're not very good at something, it's really hard to enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
I always used to moan at work about having to do these jobs, and I just wanted to fit carpet. So they sent me on the Carndine training course.
Hmm.
And after that, everything just made sense.
Yeah.
And when then I started getting quite good at it. So then I wanted to push myself from doing the normal straight work to, diagonal work with a border, and then doing parquet herringbone design and other sort of geometric design work. The good thing with glue down LVP flooring is you can keep pushing yourself to do more technical work.
Yeah.
Um, from really crazy 3D design floors to simple floors with a technical beautiful border.
Mhm.
The possibilities are absolutely endless,
Yeah.
and um, yeah, no day at work is the same.
Yep.
Always wanting to push myself doing little things to get better and better. Um,
Yeah,
and
as for timeline, what did that kind of look like? Was it a couple years in, or did it really take like a while to hone in on those skills?
yeah, so when I first went on the course, there is so much to learn of so
Yeah.
many different aspects of LVP installation, especially when you get into design work. Um, but yeah, once I'd been on the course and started to understand it more, I'd say 3 or 4 years after that, I really had, a very, very confident grip on what I was doing.
Hmm.
Um, and then I just kept pushing myself to do things that other people weren't really doing.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time at home cutting up flooring over the weekend, creating designs. Someone who actually does that now, who is in America, is Felix.
Yep.
Felix Yanez. I think he's Washington based. He did my online training about a year ago.
Okay.
And now I'll get someone slipping into my Facebook messages. I'll think, I wonder who that is. It's always Felix. He messages me. He messages me more than my own daughter, bless him. But I want to give him that support, and to see
Yeah.
the progress he's had over the past year, to the point where now he's doing his own design boards.
Hmm.
A lot of stuff I learned along the way myself, which takes a lot longer. Felix just messages me, and flooded with information.
Yep.
I love passing that information on. I don't want to be better than everyone else. I want everyone else to be better. Which is why I opened the training centre, and still offer the online training and the technical support with that, because I want my training to really benefit installers' careers. And I'm really proud of what I did with the training centre. It's a shame the demand dropped off.
Yeah,
But like I say, the online training gives me an opportunity to still train people. And it's really rewarding to see people I've trained, to watch their progress over the years.
for sure.
There's people in the UK who I trained 5 years ago who now are they're better than me. They're unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it's been great to watch them go on that journey. And now I'm doing the same thing with Felix, and I hope to
Yep.
come over one day and meet him, because his work is amazing. I don't know if you know him or if you've seen his work.
No, I have not. I'll have to check
Um,
that out.
yeah, look Felix up on Facebook. He's a really good guy and a really good installer.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Mm.
kind of going back to what you said your start was, like, would you recommend for people starting out now to definitely seek out like a mentor and someone to have questions for, instead of like trying to figure it out all by yourself?
Yeah. When I started out, we didn't have Facebook, we didn't have
Yeah,
Instagram. You didn't have that social network and that support. Now, people, installers are absolutely spoilt with um, support that you can get online. The one thing with that is you've got to take advice from the right people.
yeah,
Everyone's got an opinion.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I enjoy that aspect of supporting people, and I wish I had it when I was starting out, because my progress would have been a lot quicker.
for sure.
Um,
Would you say that was kind of one of your main reasons for starting this, like M&M?
yeah, so in the UK, I was training for Carndine, and then I stopped training there, but I really got a passion for delivering training. And when you fit a floor, you feel proud of what you've done. When you teach someone and you can see, or 5 or 6 people, and you can see what they've done and the progress they've made, it's a lot more rewarding than fitting a floor yourself.
For sure.
Um, it's a lot easier as well, to pointing at things all day, telling people what to do.
Hmm. For sure, for sure. What would you say was kind of like the scariest part of starting your own training? I know you said you trained for someone else for a while, but really just branching off and starting your own thing, what were kind of the biggest fears with that, if there were
So
any?
I, oh, there really was, yeah. I had saved up money to put down a deposit for a mortgage to get a house. Instead of buying a house, I spent pretty much all that money building a training
Oh
centre.
my gosh.
Yeah, which, looking back now, I mean, I don't take risks. I'm not a gambler,
Yeah.
but it was something that was a massive passion for me. I'm like, no, I've got to do this.
Hmm.
Um, I didn't realise I was going to spend that much money doing it,
Yep.
but it was definitely worth it. It was an amazing experience. It was an amazing 4 years of my life. I've passed on so much knowledge to so many installers from all over the UK.
Hmm.
Um, Off the back of floor training, I've trained in France for a week. I've had people come on my training courses from Ireland. Someone came from New Zealand.
Oh, that's awesome.
He didn't technically come to the UK for my course. He
Yeah.
came for 2 weeks to go for a wedding and a bit of a holiday, but he did spend 3 days of his 2 week holiday on my training course,
Hey,
which,
you'll take the 3 days, man.
yeah, I'll take that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he had a thoroughly good time. But yeah, it's an amazing experience, and it's a privilege to be able to train installers, and something that I've always thoroughly enjoyed and taken very seriously.
Yeah. Is there anything you would go back and change, or you just like the way it has kind of turned out?
Not really. I think any mistakes I made, I've learned from.
For sure.
So there's nothing sort of really major.
Hmm.
Uh, no, maybe I bought too many guillotines at one point. I had 16. I got a bit carried away. There was no one to rein me in at the beginning and tell me
For
to stop
sure.
spending.
Yeah.
But if buying too many tools is a crime, I am guilty of that. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, so kind of diving into your courses and training people, like what would you say is kind of the person that tends to do really well on your courses?
Everyone reacts differently to training. I've found that younger people who've got less experience react really well to training because you're not trying to get rid of their bad habits to teach them new
Yeah.
things. They're just learning straight off the bat. And a lot of younger people who come on a training course, they're really young and hungry and they want to learn and they take everything in. When people are a bit older like myself, you know, I'm 41 now. It's harder for me to take things in, and I'm middle aged.
Yeah.
It's crept up on me. But yeah, I mean, I've had people come on my course who are older than me who've been, unbelievable. Everyone reacts differently to training. I think the biggest thing is your attitude. If you want to learn, then the information's all there for you to learn and you can really be amazed at what you want to learn. If you're not really, if you think you know everything, and there's no point in going on the course. So, yeah, a lot of it is attitude as well, to be honest.
Hmm.
But I want to teach people. I want to advance people's careers. I've done it for years, and it's something I'll always do. Maybe not as much as I used to, but I'll never stop training. I'll never stop online training and supporting fitters. And I've got a few other things in the pipeline coming up in the summer, which I'm
Hmm.
really looking forward to as well. So, yeah, it's a like I say, it's a privilege to train
For sure.
installers. It's something I really enjoy.
Yeah, so kind of on the model that you're running right now, are you mostly doing just training for people running their individual things, or is it like companies will come to you and have them train those installers? How does that kind of work?
Yeah, so I have companies that buy my online training and individual installers as well. Sometimes an installer will buy the training for his apprentice, young fitter that he's got working with him. It's available and appeals to everyone.
Yep.
Even if I've had people come on training courses that have been fitting for longer than I have, for over 20 years. It's that attitude to want to learn that makes them come back and makes them,
Yeah.
really good. Um, Other people say, what's the point in going on a training course? I can fit flooring. I get that. You can fit flooring to whatever standard you want.
Hmm.
It's whereabouts in the market do you want to be? I always wanted to deliver high-end floors and charge a lot of money, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I don't want to be doing cheap floors. I want to be
Yeah.
doing really expensive floors and charge loads of money. To do that, I've got to be really good.
Mm.
But with that, my job's a lot easier. I never worry about any technical job I have to do now, or anything. I could set it out and go for it straight away. I'm also very quick at work, very
Yep.
very quick actually,
Yep.
which going on a training course every week for 4 years has really benefited me.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just gonna kind of ask you about that. How has like teaching others kind of changed how you see your own skills, or have you improved your skills by like doing that training for people?
Yeah, yeah. I was very good installer before I started training.
Hmm.
Some of the stuff I used to do, yeah, blows my mind, to be honest. I don't do as much technical stuff now, but any work that I do, I am considerably quicker than I used to be.
Yeah.
Um, have a better understanding of just everything, to the point where I've always said you should learn one thing a day, even if it's something absolutely tiny, something really
Yep.
ridiculous or something really big. Over a year, that's 200 things at work you're going to learn in a year. Over
Hmm.
5 years, that's 1,000 things. So you
Yep.
should be absolutely a master at so many things after 20 years.
Yeah.
And I am very particular with everything I do at work and try and work, as quickly and as efficiently as I can. And yeah, delivering training and being on courses every week has definitely um, improved my ability.
Yeah. So how like impactful would you say the training is comparatively to just getting like the pure reps in?
So jobs that used to take me 4 days,
Hmm.
I can do in a day now, literally.
Okay, gotcha.
Literally, it sometimes I've worked with other installers and they're like, "Wow, I can't believe how quick you are." And people probably think, "Oh, you're probably just saying that, Paddy." But
Yeah.
I after 4 years off fitting, because I didn't really fit for 4 years, I was just out training every week. Now I'm back fitting floors. Yeah, yeah, I finish early or earn a lot of money. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
for sure. Yeah.
It's not bad.
So how do you so kind of going, I know you said you're fitting again right now. Like how are you kind of marketing to those higher priced jobs?
Yeah, so I subcontract for a company now, so I don't have to worry about all that.
Okay, gotcha.
I am taking a bit of basically, I put a lot of time and effort into my career over the last 10, 15 years. I need a couple of years out of putting all my focus into my career to put my focus into my house. I moved
Hmm.
in the summer, so I'm currently renovating decorating room by room. And
Okay.
then I'm
Yeah.
going to do my pond in the summer. So
Yep.
I'm sort of, yeah, I'm subcontracting for a company at the minute. It's great. It gives me a good quality of life. I don't have to worry about running a business or doing accounts or anything. Next year, I'm going to see where I am and go back into doing more design work and more, yeah, prestigious work, working away and stuff. But
Hmm.
I need to get my house in order first.
Yeah.
Like I say, this year's about me and my house,
Yep.
and then next year we'll see if I'll
Yeah.
go back out doing some fancy work, working away.
For sure.
Yeah.
So in terms of, I know you mentioned your house in terms of like subcontracting work. Do you have any other experience in other like general contracting work, or is it mostly just flooring?
No, I just do flooring. I
Okay,
specialise in that until I
gotcha.
get home. And when I get home, I'm a plasterer, a decorator,
Yeah.
a cleaner. I do
Yeah,
everything.
for sure. Yeah. And then kind of zooming back out to like the bigger picture of the flooring industry as like a whole. Where do you see this trade going in like the next 5 to 10 years? I know you said that the traffic kind of dropped off for your courses a little, which was a little disappointing, but where do you see like the overall trade kind of moving?
Think the drop off in training was always going to happen with technology and Instagram and AI. It
Yep.
was inevitable. I always knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm not like bitter about it. It is what it is. This is why
Yeah.
I've recorded my online training. Sort of companies have to adapt, don't they, to to survive. So AI is taking over all the jobs
Yep.
um, and computers, but with flooring, you're not going to get a machine in to fit your floor. So I
Yeah.
think the flooring industry is going to continue to boom because there's always going to be a demand for new flooring. So manual labour, we're always going to be good. Hopefully, we start getting paid more money as well because we're in
Yeah.
more demand.
Would
That would be
you
good.
would you recommend someone starting in the or considering a career in flooring?
100%. I would.
Hmm.
I love flooring. I absolutely love my job. No day's the same. You can work in any different aspects of flooring as you want. You can work nights, you can work away, you can work in prisons, you can work in nice houses, you can work in schools.
Hmm.
Um, you can do different types of flooring. You can specialize in carpet or wood or ceramics or resin or, it goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
Um, it's a brilliant trade to be in. And like I say, a job for life. I'll never ever have to worry about finding a job or because I'm a floor layer.
Yeah.
Um, I'll always have a job for life. So yeah, it's something I'll definitely encourage people to get into. Stick
Yeah.
at it as well.
Yeah.
When it gets hard and you think I can't be bearing with it anymore, that's when you need to stick at it because you're nearly there.
For sure. Yeah. So if you started kind of back at day one, what would be like a typical career path or something that you would recommend someone to start with and then progress their career?
But yeah, find a good company locally to you, or a good independent installer, and put time and effort into getting to know them and to getting a job with them, and fully commit. If people want to go and get some jobs you have to go to university and get into lots of debt. You do in this country to then have a job. To
Yep.
be a floor layer, all you've got to do is go to work and learn on the job.
Yep.
You're getting paid to learn. It's yeah,
Pretty simple. Yeah.
yeah. And remember that the person that's training you is putting time and effort into you and your career, not for you 6 months later to leave them and start going and earning your own money, because you wouldn't be earning that money if it wasn't for that person. So loyalty um, is important.
Yeah. Yeah. And then kind of going back to like the grit aspect of it. I know you said when times kind of get tough, that's like the moment you gotta stick with it. What would you say has been the toughest kind of part in your career specifically that you kind of just needed to stick with it? I know it's kind of
Um,
a loaded question, but
yeah, no. There's been many times in my career where I've wanted to give up in flooring when I was an apprentice and people were, taking advantage of me and getting me to do loads of work and not paying me much. And
mhm.
there was that. Then there's been times when I had my own flooring company and, customers don't pay or they mess about, and the stress of it all, when it's all on your head, sometimes you just think, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And then there's been times at the training centre when I've been going to train abroad. That was very daunting. I was thinking, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
I've had a couple of charity days where there's a lot of people coming, a lot of manufacturers, there's a lot on the line, but fortunately, they were both very good, successful days.
Hmm.
But there's a lot of times in life and your career when you think, oh, I can't do this. You have to do it. You have to just get on with it. And it's in the bad situations, how you deal with them is
Yeah.
what shapes you as a person. I always think, and ultimately, you're going to have bad things in life to deal with. Sometimes they're just little bad things, and sometimes they're big, massive bad things. You got to deal with it. So just keep going.
Yeah.
Nothing good comes easy, and when you get there and you've got your own business, or you're earning the sort of money you wanted to be earning, you've made it, and that's what it's about:
Yeah,
working
for
hard
sure.
and being successful.
Yeah, so going back to like picking out that first company or that first mentor, what would you say are like three things that you would want to look for?
First thing I would say is if you can go in and speak to a company as opposed to speaking to them on the phone, that's much better. You speak to someone on the phone, you're just a voice on the phone, it mean nothing to me. If I've
Yep.
met you and I can build a rapport with you, I've got much more chance of getting a job. Um, be as confident as you can. I'm saying that, I'm really nervous now. Be as confident as you can. Ask as many questions as you can when you get in with them. Um, Listen, be hardworking. Just try your best.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean,
Um, yeah, and don't ever stand there with your hands in your pockets on a job. Always do something, because if
yeah,
your hands are in your pockets and I'm paying you money, or even worse, you're on your phone. Oh my goodness me!
yeah,
Do not look at your phone at work.
yeah,
If you're young and you're watching this, your phone should stay in the van or the pickup truck.
yeah,
Um, if I'm paying you, I've got to earn the money to pay your wages, and you're looking at your phone. Mm-mm. That is a big red flag for me.
yeah,
Um, yeah, nowadays that's probably the main bit of
yeah.
advice I'd give any youngster, to be honest.
So just kind of doing that extra effort, offering to help in places you can, just anything kind of helps like that.
Yeah, yeah, and always asking questions and want to learn and be eager and keen, and keep the van or pickup truck clean, tidy, keep all tools in order.
For sure. Yeah,
Mm,
that's all the questions I have for you today, Patty.
brilliant.
If people want to reach out to you or find your training, buy your training, take your courses, how can they find you?
Uh, Instagram, MN Floor Training, or Facebook. If you drop me a
Gotcha.
message on there, I will get back to you as soon as possible.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll put that in the description as well. Thank you
Brilliant.
so much for your time, Patty. I know it was a little nerve-wracking at the beginning, but I'm glad we were able to have a chat.